Hi, this is Donna, and I'm here to talk about Pluto direct. So, here's the scoop. Pluto's going direct September 11th at 12:58 p.m. Eastern Time. And Pluto is about power, passion, intensity. It goes direct only once a year, and that particular day it goes direct, it's really intense, and it has a lot of power. Pluto always has power. Any planet that's stationing has more power within the realms of what that planet signifies. So Pluto, which signifies power and death and rebirth and transformation, is an extremely powerful point. So what can we do? We can use this time for us to tap into our own inner power. That will be true every year when Pluto stations, every single year. Now, what makes it different from year to year? First off, where Pluto is. And Pluto now is in Capricorn. It's going direct at 0 degrees of Capricorn. And as we've talked about before, there's this death and rebirth around all Capricornian things, which is the old structure, the old way, the old routines. We can see it manifest in the outside world, especially last year when Pluto stationed and went direct, and was the time that Pluto was announcing no more Sagittarius, I'm into Capricorn for good, and so many of the institutions fell apart last September. So what does this mean for us? Let's find some time to meditate, to tap into that energy so we can claim our own inner power, to be able to manifest what we want, to look and see where you feel you need to let go of things, what traditions and structures you need to let go of, so you can rebuild that. Now, you also want to look at the chart for when Pluto goes direct, because that will give another insight into what the planets are asking of us. And you look for where Pluto is most connected, which planets is Pluto most connected to, because that's the players, those are the main players of the stage. So Pluto is most connected to Mercury. See Mercury up here? And the reason it's most connected, it looks like it's closer to this energy, but most connected means in terms of which planet does it have its squares, oppositions, and conjunctions, or semi-squares. Those are called aspects. And when a planet is in a hard aspect, intense aspect, closely together by aspect, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, then that is very significant. And Mercury is retrograde, as we talked about. Mercury's moving backwards, the appearance of backwards. So it's 5 is going to 4, 3, 2, 1, because we're looking for this number 0. So as Mercury's moving back in the numbers, Pluto's moving forward in the numbers. So that's the closest energy by a square it has. So what does it mean? There's a transformation in our thinking. So get with it. Where do you need to transform your thinking? It's in Libra. It's about relationships. It's about fairness. It's about balance in life. How can you transform your thoughts, your ideas, to be able to bring more balance in your life, more fairness in relationships? What needs to change? That's basically the big question from the universe. What do you feel needs to change? And part of it is, how does your thinking need to change? How can you change your thinking so you find that life is fairer, life is more in balance, that the relationships that you have, you being in relationship with others, is transformed? How do you change for that transformation? And also just this change in thinking, where do you need to change your thinking, what do you need to learn, to come up with different ideas for yourself around that, and it will be extremely helpful. The cool thing is that you go to where Pluto goes retrograde in April 6, 2010, where is it? It's at 5 degrees. Remember, Mercury's at 5 degrees when it's going retrograde, direct. Mercury's 5 degrees retrograde Libra, right? When Pluto is going direct September 11th. Where is Pluto going retrograde? Well, it's at 5 degrees Capricorn, so that number 5 comes up again. So that's another sign to me that, hey, really listen to this Mercury-Pluto connection about going to the depths of your thought, going to the depths of your belief, seeing what needs to change, seeing what needs to be balanced out, and transformation. And if you do that work, the cool thing that comes, and I don't want to jump too far in the future, but you do need to see these connections between these station points. The cool thing, if you do that work, the next closest aspect that we have, like which planets in the Pluto retrograde in April in 2010, it's by a trine, which is an easy aspect. You really want to look for the hard aspects to see what you need to do. But it's this telling me that if you do the work now, then this trine between Pluto and Venus and Mercury here, Venus and Mercury conjunct in Taurus, then that's saying that there's some type of a resolution towards that fairness, and it will bring you not only more happiness, Venus Mercury conjunction, but a sense of pleasure and abundance in life, because the Taurus energy creates a sense of abundance. So there's one more thing I want to point out before we run out of time here, that the moon in Gemini, okay, so the moon's in Gemini is thinking, right? Thinking, Mercury rules Gemini, but the moon is out of bounds. Over here, this 26 north, this is the declination. That's called out of bounds. What does that mean? That it's not, it means that it can be exaggerated. So there can be an exaggerated moon energy. Moon is your emotions, but it's connected so strong to the Gemini, the thinking. It's very powerful. So stay grounded, do your meditation, and it also means that if you are doing your meditation, you can kind of tap into the stratosphere energy and really be able to channel the powerful Pluto. So happy Pluto direct, everyone.